Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. So excited to see all of you. So, hi Mataji, Charanlakshmi Mataji, and everyone. So today is 2nd September 2024, Monday. We are starting back Gita Gyan batch 2. Okay. Previously we had a program batch 1. It was such a great success. There's a big transformation happened to many devotees, and they start to understand Bhagavad Gita in a correct way. And I also heard that many devotees have taken Bhagavad Gita as their lifestyle. Okay. So today, the 18 days program is going to be very exciting. And I promise you this, that's going to be the best of your 18 days. Okay. It's going to be best of your 18 days. And you start to see a lot of changes and transformations start happening in your life. Okay. So before that, I would like to invite everyone. If you don't mind, can you all on your camera and just introduce yourself? Then you can off back. Okay. Mr. Arul, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, introduce yourself, Prabhu, where you're from?
Oh, I'm from KL in PJ. I'm staying here.
Okay.
So this is the first time attending the Krishna class, the Bhagavad Gita class.
I see. So, have you read Bhagavad Gita before?
No, I haven't read the Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, so this is going to be your first experience.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be a fantastic experience for you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, Charanlakshmi Mataji, you'd like to introduce yourself?
I'm Charana Lakshmi from Pune, Bayanbaru. I'm from typing shifted to Bayanbaru already. Now I'm full-time doing service in Bayanbaru Samata.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Lakshmi, can you unmute yourself? Unmute yourself.
Okay. I am Lakshmi from Ipoh. Yeah.
You're the one that working in CIMB Bank.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Right.
I tried reading, but then I don't understand anything. So when he came, I would very much interested in learning more on Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, nice. Definitely you'll understand. And I think you're introduced by Mr. Jayabalan, eh?
Yes, correct.
Right. Okay. Welcome, Lakshmi. And I hope that don't miss any class. It's going to be very interesting, and it's not going to be boring. First thing, I guarantee you, this is not going to be a very boring session. It's going to be very interesting.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for coming. Ram, like to introduce yourself. Kentona Ram.
My name is Ram from Klang. So this is my second time I'm joining this Gita Gyan program.
Okay. How's your first experience, first round?
Okay, first round, I have missed some classes because that I only able to join on morning class, so I cannot join on evening class. So now I am arrange my time to complete the 18 days. Yes, what I miss. Yes.
Great. Okay, good. Welcome.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else like to on your camera and just introduce yourself, a quick introduction? Because I like to see you. Okay, Krishika, iPad.
Hi, my name is Kavita, actually. Krishika is it's what I call myself with my friends.
Okay.
So, I was actually raised by my family as a Krishna devotee, actually. And I grew up listening to Krishna stories, and I've read the Bhagavad Gita a few times in my life, but I would like to get a deeper understanding.
Okay.
Also, for my degree, I'm doing an English major, so that means yes. So we study about different religions, and of course, my most favorite part was studying about Hinduism, and I was so happy to share Krishna's teachings to my classes, and I joined the Gita Gyan because I would love to expand what I know already.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
So You prefer to address you Kavita or Krishika?
You can call me Krishi, actually.
Krishi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Krishina. Krishi, okay.
Yes.
Where you're from?
That is also because it's similar to Krishna's name.
I see. You're from?
I am from Negeri Sembilan.
Negeri Sembilan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Krishi.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyone else? Come on, it's going to be a quick introduction because I like to see your face so that whenever we meet, I know that we are not stranger. Mahalakshmi.
Okay, hi, my name is Mahalakshmi Selvaraj. I'm from Vattugaja Pera. I'm studying at Unkuama Polytechnic.
Unkuama, you're studying, you're a student.
Yeah, I'm a student.
Oh, how you got this? How you got to know this program?
By my classmate.
And the classmate is?
Lingesh.
Oh, Lingesh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome. Mahalakshmi. Okay. Thank you. So next time when I pass through this Vattugaja or Unkuama, if I see you, I can say hi to you. You know, the last year Thaipusam was my biggest upset with me because I'm doing this lot of program online, especially these studies of Vedas and all this. That someone came and to me and just say, "Hi, sir." I say, "Yes." You don't recognize me? Of course, I don't recognize. I'm one of your students. Oh, really? Because when I come online, they all off the camera, so I don't recognize them. Anyone else? Kalivani. Have we met before? Oh, Kalivani is from Ipoh, right? The one attends, join my, okay. Kalivani, you come for the Gita, I mean, our
Yeah.
art
Now
program.
I'm inside the car actually.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Okay. Right, okay. Kalivani is there. Then Mr. Cheong, okay. Mr. Cheong, you want to say something? Okay, Mr. Cheong, I think is from Johor. Serena, she's from Prahlad Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Now we have one of our classmate, Prahlad Prabhu, all the way from
Krishna Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Andavat Pranam, all glories to Shri Guru Angaranga, all glories to all the Vaishnavas here.
Hare Krishna. So you'd like to introduce yourself, Prabhu? A short introduction about you.
So my name is Prahlad. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir. I was born and raised here, grew up in the temple from my childhood, and I have been practicing Krishna consciousness ever since. I've been studying Bhakti Shastri and I've done many other courses therein, and I'm seeking to advance my Krishna conscious endeavors more and more. Haribol.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for coming. Prahlad Prabhu is from Trinidad, Tobago. And we're having a 12 hours difference. I think there the time is 7:39 a.m., right?
We are diametrically opposed, 12 hours apart.
Different, yes. And also Prahlad Prabhu is going to bring this Gita Gyan program to Trinidad, Tobago. And that's why I invited him to come over and see that how effective is this Gita Gyan program. So thank you so much, Prabhu, for coming. Okay, so with that, I think Skanda Prabhu, I think we have met. Serena, okay, she is to come teaching Maha Vaishnavi. Okay, Mr. Chong. Janavi. I think I've not seen you, Janavi.
Hare Krishna, bro.
Krishna, hi, where you from?
I'm from Puchong. I go to SDM KL. Sri
Is it
Jagannath
the
Mandir.
first time?
Sorry, bro.
Your first round?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do you do, Janavi?
I'm currently working, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. All right. So with that, let's start our session today. So as you know that the program, Gita Gyan program was initiated by one of my god brother, His Grace Annadi Jagannath Prabhu, late Annadi Jagannath Prabhu. He came out with a plan because we were looking for ways to do outreach program. We want to do outreach program. So we want to go to every town and village. We want to meet each and everyone and to encourage them to study Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a book which was spoken roughly around more than 5,000 years ago, and valid till today. Okay, this book is valid till today. And I personally have done a lot of counseling, even motivational, mind science program, all this based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. And Bhagavad Gita have created big, huge transformation. So there's also a selfish reason for me to do this program today. The reason is I also want to improve my Bhagavad Gita. Like just now, I think Krishika was saying that she has been reading for so long. I've been reading Bhagavad Gita for the last 31 years. And ever since I go for a new, whenever I go through it again, and I'm so surprised, mesmerized to find there's still a lot of things. Bhagavad Gita is just like an ocean. Okay. Some say Bhagavad Gita is a book of religion. Some say it's a book of theology. But I say it is as a science of self-realization. It's a book of science. That means to know yourself, to realize yourself. All right. So the program is going to go on 18 days. Formerly, we did back-to-back. That means from 1 to 18. So we just completed in 18 days. But of course, in the month of September, we got lots of program. And also wedding season. Definitely every Saturday and Sunday, everyone will have some reason to not to come. So they say, oh, I have to go for wedding and everything. And in fact, I've got my nephews all getting married. So for that reason, I've made it in such a way that, we do it 4 times a week. So for the next 4 weeks. So that's why the program starts today on 2nd September. It will go up to 2nd October. Okay. So Saturday, Sunday, Thursday. Because Thursday, why I can't do Thursday is because I'm having a Namahat session class. And I need to also do that program, Namahat program. And Saturday evening and Sunday morning, I'm doing these classes in ISKCON Ipoh. So for that reason, I need to make it 4 days a week. Okay. So this is also ample time for you to really go deep into Bhagavad Gita. And this is going to be a two-way communication. You can stop me anytime. You can ask questions. You're allowed to express yourself. And here we will try to be authentic. It's not going to be a very theoretical class. It's not just a theory. I just say you listen. But this is going to be based on lots of analogy and also a lot of personal experience. And you can personalize with these topics of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. A message here. Hare Krishna, everyone. Oh, okay, Mr. Arul. Okay, so we will. Okay. Okay, ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Gita Gyan means the essence. So here, we are just going to do the essence of Bhagavad Gita. That means we're just going to summarize 1 chapter per day, okay? Whereby we are not going to follow all the chapter in sequence. So we give you a rough idea. And of course, after that, you are expected to go and study Gita and to expand your knowledge, all right? So the Gita Gyan, essence of Bhagavad Gita. And today we're going to read chapter 1, batch 2024. Okay. So before we start our we will reflect on that the glories of reading Bhagavad Gita. It's mentioned in Vaishnava Tantriya Sara text 22. It says, Devaki Nandana Krishno Gita Patena Tushyati Yatana Vede Danena Yakna Tirtha Vrata Devihi. It means the son of Devaki, the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, cannot be satisfied by anyone's study of the Vedas. Let me say oh, I would like to study all the Vedas and all things. You cannot satisfy him. He's not even satisfied by charity. Some people like to do a lot of charity, sacrifice like Homa, Yagna and all this. Or they take a lot of pilgrimage. They like to go to all these places of pilgrimage or vows. Okay, they like to take vows. As much as he's satisfied by the devotional recitation of Gita. So when we study Gita, when we recite Gita in a very, very devotional and very, in a very serious manner, you simply satisfy Sri Krishna. Okay? Because worshipping Sri Krishna is so beautiful. Why? We will study as we go on. Okay? Then, so let's take darshan from the Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, such a unique deities from ISKCON Kuala Lumpur. We will explain to you why the deity looks like this as we go on. All right, so let's do our prayer before we start. So this prayer is to invoke auspiciousness. In every time when we start to do something new, we would like to invoke auspiciousness. And in how we invoke auspiciousness is by showing our gratitude. Okay, we are showing our gratitude to all the spiritual masters, preceptors, so that they will bless us in our journey in understanding Bhagavad Gita. Okay, do not worry whether you understand Sanskrit or not. We will, some or other, we will go through it in the next 18 days course. Okay. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nir Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Shari Gora Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada is one of the most unique personality, okay, in this age of Kali Yuga. He was born in a very rich and aristocratic family, and later he gave up everything. You know, he translated. He went to he owns. He's a pharmacist by profession. Okay, in 1920s he was a pharmacist. Early 1900s, and he came to America because he was asked to by his spiritual master, and because the spiritual master wants him to preach the gospel of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to all over the world, to the English-speaking world. All right, sure. So, so he translated all these books. So, first of all, we like to dedicate our today's program to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Before that, let's see a brief video about him.
I came here with a determination to start a temple. But I am not happy yet.
The disciples were completely shattered. Many of them thought Srila Prabhupada would never come back. How can they carry on with their Krishna consciousness without him?
But I have taken all the risks. There are repeated letters, come back, come back. So I came back for my desire. I have taken all the risks in the old days because I am in duty bound. But because you have brought me here, must be there is some purpose. This is the beginning.
Okay, so as we see just now, that Srila Prabhupada actually took a big risk to come to America, and to translate all these books. He have translated he have authored around 80 books and translated into English and presented in a very scientific way where it benefits everyone. Okay, so as we go on in Bhagavad Gita studies, you start to realize how wonderful he translated and presented in such a way that anyone from any background, let it be they are from the background of what they call scientists, scholars, great thinkers, all really appreciated. And this Bhagavad Gita that written by Srila Prabhupada is also a textbook, a standard textbook in the study of Indology in Harvard and Oxford. All right. And of course, this program is also inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He is the governing body commissioner and also a spiritual master who are in charge of this part of the world. Because all the while we were all looking for ways to how and due to inspiration. Okay. And also I would like to dedicate this program to my god brother is Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bengaluru ISKCON Sheshadipuram. He is the creator and the brainchild of the Essence of Gita program worldwide. He is such a genius, born and bred in Orissa, and he's a IT expert. He studied from IIT, and he was working in Bangalore, and married to a devotee from Malaysia. So he created this program, the Gita Gyan program, and he have run this program in India in many Indian language, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Tulu. So he became such a big success. Then after that, he brought to Malaysia in the year 2021. At the height of the pandemic, when everything is locked down, he brought this program and introduced. The first program we did was on February 2021. And ever since then, we have did outreach of more than 5,000 people, distributed around 6,000-7,000 of Bhagavad Gita, and hundreds of Bhagavatam and all these things. Okay? But very unfortunately, he left his body around 2 years ago due to an accident. But whatever it is, he still lives on and through his legacy of this program, the Gita Gyan. Okay, and also my biodata. My name is Padita Tarna Jagannath Das. I'm a motivational speaker, forex trader, trainer, and a former business strategist, mind science trainer, founder of Mastermind Coaching. I have 31 years experience with this Hare Krishna movement. And all these years, I start to inspire so many people, especially in the terms of mind science, realizing yourself, self-awareness, this thing. And also I help on prevention of suicide, commit suicide. Okay, I used to do counseling to those who are thinking of committing suicide and all these things. And later in this program, also we will discuss about the effects of committing suicide and how the things happen, why the people can go into severe depression. All these things will be presented in the following chapter. Okay. So now let's look at this, the subjects of Gita. Just give me a second. I will get the. Okay. So when you look at this, okay, the subjects of Bhagavad Gita entails in comprehension of 5 basic truths. This is something that we should remember. Okay, what is Bhagavad Gita? So Bhagavad Gita is a comprehension of 5 basic truths. Okay, what is that? First of all, the science of God is explained. Okay, God is scientific. When I was young, I used to ask a lot of questions. I used to ask a lot of questions to my grandmother, who came from very orthodox family from India. And they come here, my grandfather, they said, do this. Why? Don't ask, just do. So it has been all the while a kind of sentimental relationship or the culture, sentimental based culture. And the reason, you should not know, you should not ask. That's the standard question. So I went and ventured out. I was thinking there is something which is beyond their so-called culture or superstition. Okay. So when I came to Bhagavad Gita, when I start to see, when I heard this, it's a science of God. So what is science? There should be an element, there should be a component, there should be a result. That means there is some kind of experiment should be done, and there should be a result at the end of the thing. So everything is 1 + 1 is equal to 2. That means it's a combination of these. So that means it's a scientific approach. That means scientifically you try to explain, understand God. So devoid of sentiment or devoid of sentimentalism. Okay. Then And the constitutional position of the living entities, okay, this is Jiva, okay. Okay, first of all, the science of God is explained, and then the constitutional position of the living entities, which is called Jiva. So we are the living entities. The question is, are we the only living entities? There are so many living entities, and we are part of it. Okay, what is that? We will discuss as we go on. And the most important part is when we talk about the constitutional position. What is a constitutional position means? When a country is made, first they will do the constitution. All right. In Malay, we call perlembagaan. Okay. Why? Why the perlembagaan? Like when you look at Malaysia, right? There's a freedom of religion to the non-Muslims. And the schools like Tamil schools and Chinese schools are allowed. So even whoever, they cannot come and say, oh, we should demolish these things. We should not allow all this. They cannot do that because it's in constitution. Once the constitution is done, there's no way you can change it. That means the original position. Similarly, we as a human being, we also have the constitution. So what is actually our constitutional position? What is actually our original position? Okay, we'll be able to discuss. All right. Now, so now the another thing that we study here is Ishvara. That is Ishvara. And who is Ishvara means? Ishvara means, the meaning of Ishvara means controller. Example, if you are a man of your house, you are the house Ishvara. That means you control the house. If you are a prime minister, you are Ishvara. That means you control the nation. So Ishvara means controller. Okay, we must understand that. Okay. And now here, when you come to the context of Gita, okay, now there is Ishvara, which means controller. And there's also Jivas, which live, the living entity, which are controlled. So that means when there is a controller, there's someone which is controlled. They cannot just be a controller alone without controlling anything, right? So there's a controller Jiva and there's a control. Ishvara is a controller. The Jiva is the one who controlled. Okay. If a living entity says he's not controlled and he's free, he's insane. When someone come and say, hey, no one control me, he's considered insane. Because the living being controlled in every respect, at least in his conditioned life. Okay. We some or other control. So in the Bhagavad Gita, the subject matter deals with Ishvara, the supreme controller, the Jivas, the controlled living entities. Okay. Another thing we call the Prakriti means the material nature, and time, the duration of the existence. Okay. Time. Time means Kala. Okay. Duration of existence of the whole universe or the manifestation of the material universe. And at last, karma. So what is karma means? We all always like to talk about karma, bad karma, good karma. You do this, karma going to hit you. What is actually karma? Right? Karma means activity. Okay, karma means activity. Okay, it's also discussed. The cosmic manifestation is full of different activities. All living entities are engaged in different activities. From Bhagavad Gita, we must learn what God is. So that means Bhagavad Gita, we must learn what God is. Number 2 is what is the living entity. Number 3, what is Prakriti, the nature? What is that cosmic manifestation? And how it is controlled by time? And what is the activities of the living entities? Okay, all these subjects are discussed in Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Yep. Someone please. Who's that? Oh, Regina. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's a brief introduction. Okay. So in short, this is what we're going to study in Bhagavad Gita. So the subjects of Bhagavad Gita is what? First is, okay, who is Ishvara, the controller? Okay, what is Kala? The Jiva, the Karma, and Prakriti. Prakriti means material nature. We are all in this, living in this material nature, the nature that around us. And all these things, all that good and bad things happening due to our activity, karma. Example, okay, easy way to understand karma. Say example, what you eat yesterday is what you are today. If yesterday, if you have ate rubbish, today you will be suffering. Yeah, sometimes you go and take some hot stuff and everything you eat. Today you will be like in pain. So that's a reaction, action and reaction. All right. So what is karma? And what is jiva? That means who am I? I'm the jiva. Okay. And what is kala? Because the time determines everything. In Tamil, they say, right? Kalam badul sollum. In Tamil, we always like to use the word kalam. Nerangala varattum paapom. So kala. And at last, who's Ishwar? The one control. These are the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita. So, and how we should approach Bhagavad Gita, the spirit. Is like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the direction written on the label. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whim or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the direction on the label and or the direction given by the physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. That is something very, very important for us to consider. Because there are more than 500 versions of Bhagavad Gita in the market. There are 500 versions. So all that versions are a commentary or opinion of that person who are writing it. Okay, they don't have the spirit. Why Bhagavad Gita was actually spoken? Was it an incidental, or is it an intention? Is it incidental? That means the war was declared and somewhere or other they get there, they're going to fight and Krishna spoke, or was intention? Was it? It's a pre-plan, right? And the thing is spoken. Why? So what is that reason? What is that the actual thing that we should understand in Bhagavad Gita? We should get it from the Lord himself who spoke the Bhagavad Gita, not by anybody who can give you some kind of commentary. Okay, it's just like example, the analogy given here is just like medicine. I'm having a cough, I cannot go and tell somebody I would like to take a cough mixture. One says take Benadryl, sometimes take a Ibudanana. We have to listen to the doctor and follow that prescription. Okay, so that's the thing. So now the spirit of Bhagavad Gita and the Sanatan Dharma. This is also a big topic, is a debate in Malaysia, right? Sanatan Dharma. What is Sanatan Dharma? There's so many people are coming and attacking Sanatan Dharma, calling names and all these kind of things. So what is actually Sanatan Dharma? All right, let's look at this. Yet a man professes to belong to a particular type of faith with reference to particular time and circumstances. That means it's all according to the times and circumstances. He professes into certain faith. And thus claim to be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, or an adherent of any other sect. Such designations are non-Sanatan Dharma. This is considered that non-Sanatan Dharma. Why? Because a Hindu may change his faith to become a Muslim. Or a Muslim may change his faith to become a Hindu. Or Christian may change his faith to so on. That means I can go on changing my faith according to the time, place, and circumstances. You know, like good example, I born in a very orthodox family, Hindu family. My uncle, all right, he was in Anglo-Chinese school and he wanted to go to London. Because he wanted to go to London, and those days when if you want to go to London, you need to have a reference. You have to get what they call a introduction of what reference letter or something, a reference letter. And the most powerful person who can give a very powerful reference is the pastor in the school. So my uncle converted to become a Methodist. He converted so that he can get the reference. And with that reference, he went to England and he worked in a hospital as a male nurse. And there he fell in love with the Irish lady. And she's a Catholic. and when he married to that Catholic, she said, no such thing, you have to follow my faith. All right, for the sake of my wife, he became a Catholic. Then after that, both of them migrated to New Zealand. And my cousin is an atheist. And my aunt, that Irish aunt, is now looking at all this, they're checking out all the Indian culture. And now she self-proclaimed herself to be Hindu. So the religion is changing according to the time, place, and circumstances. So that is not Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma means, Sanatan means eternal. Dharma means religiosity. So eternal religiosity, that doesn't change according to the time, place, and circumstances. All right. So that means this to profess a particular type of a faith is not profess of one Sanatan Dharma. The rendering of the service is Sanatan Dharma. Okay. What is this as we study as we go? Okay. Now, when you look at this understanding of Gita, he tells Arjuna that he's relating to the supreme secret to him because Arjuna is his devotee and friend. Okay. The purport of this is that Bhagavad Gita is a treatise which is especially meant for a devotee of the Lord. There are three classes of transcendentalists, namely the Jnani, Yogi, and Bhakta, or the impersonalists, the meditator, and the devotees. Here, the Lord clearly tells Arjuna that he's making him the first receiver of new parampara. That means he's telling Arjuna that you are going to be the first receiver of new parampara system. Okay, we will discuss this later. Because the old succession was broken, it was the Lord's wish, therefore, to establish another parampara in the same line of thought that was coming down from the sun god and others. And it was his wish that his teaching to be distributed anew to Arjuna. Okay, so in other words, Krishna purposely created a scenario so that he wants a chance to explain Bhagavad Gita. Okay, because Bhagavad Gita is actually a summary of the entire Vedic literatures. There are 4 main Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharva, and it was even expanded into many Vedas by the disciples of Vyasadeva. It's huge. All right, but the summary of the entire Vedas, the cream, what you're supposed to understand by studying the Vedas, it is given in Bhagavad Gita. All right, so that's the thing. Okay, now before we start, let's look at Mahatmya. Every time when we're going to read, we also will start from Mahatmya. Mahatmya means the glories of Bhagavad Gita. This Mahatmya was spoken by Adi Shankara, and we will study the Gita Mahatmya before we start our program. Okay, let's look at Gita Mahatmya 1. Gita Shastram idam punyam ya patit prayata puman Vishnu padam avapnoti baya shokadi varjita. It says, one who with regulated mind recites with devotion this Bhagavad Gita scripture, which is the bestower of all virtue, will attain to a holy abode such as Vaikuntha, the residence of Lord Vishnu, which is always free from mundane qualities based on fear and lamentation. So that's the first understanding that we have. Gita Sastram. Okay. Idam punyam. Ya patit prayata puman. Vishnu padam. Avapnoti baya shokadi. You know what is baya? In Tamil, baya means fear. Shokadi means shogam. Lamentation. So when we study with our regulated mind, when we study, recite with devotion this Bhagavad Gita, all right, which also bestows all virtue, all auspiciousness. When you keep a Bhagavad Gita in your house, when you start to read and study, it gives you so much of benefits. All right. So such a person will attain the holy abode such as Vaikuntha. Kunta means suffering. Vai means without. So the place where there's no suffering, Vaikuntha, which is the place where Lord Vishnu resides. All right. Is always free from mundane qualities based on fear and lamentation. So now, as I said just now, why Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada? Why? There are so many versions of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. This Bhagavad Gita, when you see, is the original version from time immemorial. And this is the message from Parampara as it is. Parampara means the lineage, guru disciple, no Parampara. In Tamil, we call Parampara. Yeah? So when you look at this verse 4.2, it says, Evam Parampara Praptam Edam Rajarshayo Viduhu. So this Bhagavad Gita received through this disciplic succession. How? See, first it is from Krishna, then come Brahma, and Brahma's disciple is Narada. Narada's disciple is Vyasa, Madhva, Padmanabha, Narahari, Madhava, Akshobhya, Jayatirtha. Like that, it comes down through the Parampara system. At last came to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, and his disciple A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. So in this Bhagavad Gita, you see, there is no personal opinion presented. All the presentation based on the message of the Parampara. All right? There's no personal opinion here. The Bhagavad Gita is presented as it is. That's why we call Bhagavad Gita as it is. If you don't have a Bhagavad Gita as it is, you should purchase one. You should get one. Because the other Bhagavad Gita have, it is not as it is. Right? The exact way what Krishna wanted to present, the exact way it has been brought till today. Okay. Now let's look at chapter 1. The chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita title is Observing the Armies on the Battlefield of Kurukshetra. Okay. So, of course, we will ask you to, I will recite in Sanskrit. At the back, you also recite. Follow that recital. So there's few things that I want you to look into. All right, especially S. Okay, the word S. S. Okay. Now, can you see the word here, 3S? Can you see? Hello? Is it visible, the 3S here?
Yes.
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 Right. Okay. Now, when you look at the S here, the first S, when you see, there is an apostrophe. When there's an S with apostrophe, we're going to pronounce it as sha, shampoo. Okay? The S with apostrophe, we're going to pronounce it as sha. Or in other words, shampoo. Just think about shampoo. When you see the S with a dot at the bottom, we're going to pronounce sha. That means you're going to roll your tongue, put it on the phalanx, sha. Sha. Are you all trying? This is sha. This is sha. This is shampoo. This is sha. Okay. And the third S is just normal S. All right. Sire, S, just normal S. But when you see there's a dot at the bottom, we're going to pronounce it sha. When you see the apostrophe, we're going to pronounce it as sha. So far, so good? Any question?
Okay.
All good?
All good.
Okay. Now you see the word A. E. I. No. O. U. All right. Now, when you out of this word, whenever you see this E and O, okay, you naturally can pull the raga. All right. Like for instance, you see the word here. Example, right. Say example. Okay. You see the word E here. Okay. You see the word E here. Okay. You see the word E here. Right. So whenever you see the word E, you can naturally pull the raga. Okay. Example. Okay. How you can pull the raga? Okay. Dharma Kshetre Kurushetre. No, you can naturally pull the raga. When you see E and O. All right. E. That means you do not need to have any indication. When you see E, you can pull. Like Dharma Kshetre Kurushetre Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. So like that. But whenever you see the word A and U, when you see a dash on top, then you pull the raga. All right. Example. Say now you look at this A here. This A, we're just going to pronounce as what they call. Okay, this A here. How are we going to pronounce? A. Dharma. Dharma A. Okay. But when you see this A here, we're going to pronounce A. So uvacha. Say uva. And this A is there's no dash. So uvacha. Okay. Are you all following me? Not confused?
Yeah.
Okay. Now when you see there's U here, there's no dash. So akurvata. So when there's a dash, akurvata. Okay, you need to have that kind of indication. All right. Whenever you see the end like this, all right, when you see the end, they have what they call, the thing looks like this, right? This is a kind of, like this kind of dash. So how you pronounce nya? So sanyaya nya. And but say it from the nose. Sanjaya. Sanyaya. Okay. That's the thing. Another thing is the most common word that when we see the word M. Okay. When you see the word M, okay, and there's a dot at the top. When there's a dot on top of the M, we're going to pronounce like nga. You pronounce the M from the nose. So how it sounds? The sound sounds like this. it sounds like ng. Okay, example like Narasimha. The M, there's a dot on top. So we can pronounce Narasimha and also we can pronounce Narasingha. Okay, so don't worry, as we go on, you will study and you're going to get an idea about this. Okay, so I hope that you all can remember. But if you can't remember, just follow exactly what I recite and you can listen. All right, so let's look at chapter 1, text 1, the first ever verse of Bhagavad Gita. He says, Dhritarashtra uvacha dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva kim akurvata sanyaya. So now let's look at this first verse. So in the first verse, Dhritarashtra. Who is Dhritarashtra? He's a blind king. Can you see this king over here? He's a blind king. He's saying, Sanjaya. Who Sanjaya? This is Sanjaya here. Okay. He's asking a question. After my sons and the sons of Pandu assemble, after my son and the sons of Pandu assemble in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Okay, now let's come to the topic. Who is Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra is actually the eldest of that kingdom. He is supposed to inherit. He has another 2 younger brothers. First is Dhritarashtra. After him is Pandu. After him is another Pandu, and the third one is Vidura. That means he got 2 younger brothers. That means 3 of them. Okay. But the problem is Dhritarashtra, when he born blind. So in order to become a king, you should be very, very well. Your body, everything should be perfect. You cannot have a blind or crippled king. Because he is blind, the kingdom was passed to his younger brother, Pandu. So far, so good? I hope all of you are following here. All right. So it was given to his younger brother, Pandu. But unfortunately, Pandu, he died young. He had 5 children and he died young. So that's why the Pandu's children are called Pandavas. Okay. So he died young. So because he died young, the kingdom was given back to his older brother as a caretaker king. It was given back to his older brother. The younger brother is not qualified. Vidura is not qualified. So he said, you cannot. So the kingdom was given back to his elder brother. He said, never mind. Until the children of Pandu, especially the eldest one, Yudhishthira, grows up, you pass back the kingdom to him. That was the agreement. Okay. And he became a blind king and he was like caretaker king, waiting for the children to grow up. But Dhritarashtra also has his own children. The eldest is Duryodhana. The eldest son of Dhritarashtra is Duryodhana. And he had many sons Dhritarashtra has many sons. So then he realized, that kingdom is supposed to be mine. But because I born blind, went to my younger brother. But he died. Now the kingdom came back to him. And he's supposed to keep his promise to give back the kingdom to the eldest son of Pandu. But what he did, he went and usurped the kingdom and passed it to his son, Duryodhana. So what he did, he betrayed the system. Right? He betrayed. And after that, he did lot of, he and his son, with some evil plots. With the evil plot, he went and created an environment. He said, both of you go for exile. 13 years exile, go into the forest. So he said, by the time they go into the forest for 13 years, he can well establish his kingdom as a king. Just 13 years, imagine, after 13 years, come back, everything is well situated. All right. So after they returned back 13 years later, he asked, so give back the kingdom. He said, cannot. That time Duryodhana was the king. He said, no. Then he said, then the Pandava says, okay, never mind, let's compromise. Because we are Kshatriyas. Our job is to rule. At least give us the 5 villages. He said, cannot. He said, then how? He said, I won't give even a pin drop of land. Not a single piece of land. Cannot. So that was a big issue, big fight. All right. So they tried, and Krishna, as their cousins, came and tried their best to somehow or other reconcile, to negotiate. After all the negotiation didn't work out, at last the war was declared. the war was declared, right? And those days, during that ancient times in India, in Bharat, they don't simply fight the war in town and village. All the warriors will choose auspicious day and time. They go to a place out of the town and city. They'll fight there. And they come back as a victory or as a loser. You know, they don't hide. Nowadays, you see that nowadays so-called warriors, snipers, hide from somewhere and shoot down. They call them a warrior. You know, they hide, they need to wear camouflage shirts and all these things. Those days, no, face to face. All right. They fight during the daytime. After the sunset, they become friends. The next day morning, they fight. When the day break, they go and fight. Then after that, they settle. So it was like that. All right. So what happened? The first question is, Dhritarashtra said, oh Sanjaya. Sanjaya is actually his prime minister. And this prime minister is a disciple of Vyasadeva. And he has this mystic power, whereby just through his mystic power, he can see far what happened. So he is relating to Dhritarashtra what is happening in that battlefield. So in that vision, Dhritarashtra, what they call Sanjaya, is informing the blind king what is happening. So the first question he asked, Dharma Kshetre. Dharma Kshetre means place of pilgrimage, which is called Kurukshetra. All right. So there is Samaveta Yuyursava, assemble on the, okay, Mamaka Pandava, that means my children and the sons of Pandavas, Pandu. All right. What did they do? When all my sons and sons of Pandu assemble in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Because Dhritarashtra is start to have doubt. Because the place that they choose is Kurukshetra. Right? So now let's look at Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is spiritually blind. He is weak-minded. He is biased. He is despondent without hope. That means he has no hope. And wanted his son to inherit the kingdom. That is how it happened, like when blind leads, the blind will fall into the ditch. Okay. So this is Dhritarashtra. Okay. Now let's look at the history of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. How the thing happened. So the Bhagavad Gita is actually spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna when approximately 5,000 years ago at the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Total number of verses spoken is 700. Okay, Dhritarashtra spoke 1, Sanjaya spoke 41, Arjuna spoke 84, and Krishna spoke 574 verses. Okay, let's look at the Kaurava army. Kaurava is actually the armed force of Dhritarashtra, the Duryodhana's armed force. Pandava is actually the armed force of Arjuna, the two sides. So size of Kaurava army is 11 Akshoni. Size of Pandava army is 7 Akshoni. What does that mean? 1 Akshoni means 21,870 chariot fighters, 21,870 elephant 65,610 horse infantry, and 109,350 foot soldiers. This is called 1 Akshoni, right? So in total, there are around 218,700 soldiers in 1 Akshoni. So total Kaurava armed force, they have 2.45 million soldiers, 240,570 chariots, 240,570 elephants, and 721,710 horses. That's a total armed force of Kaurava. Pandavas, they have total of 1,530,900 soldiers, 153,090 chariots, 153,090 elephants, and 459,270 horses. So that's the size of both armies. All right. The Kauravas are almost double than Pandavas. Okay. Now, so this is the size of that both armies. Okay. Now let's continue. 1.3. Pashaitam, see, shampoo, the shampoo. Pashaitang Pandu, see, M means So Pashaitang. So Pashaitang Pandu Putrana Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyuddham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dimata. Now this is the Duryodhana. Right? See, we jump second verse because we are already going to the cream of the verse, right? Of course, you are expected to study. Now, in this verse, what he says, Pashyaitam Panduputranam. He said, oh, my teacher, behold. I mean, this is Duryodhana. Duryodhana is here. And this is the teacher called Dronacharya. Right? So, in the setting of the thing, the Duryodhana, he start to make what they call sarcastic remarks to his Dronacharya, who taught archery. He says, oh, my teacher, behold, the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Right? So indirectly he's telling, no, look at that, what your people, all the students that he taught, see how they have nicely set up. Okay, now let's see who is Dronacharya. See, Dronacharya is a liberal Brahmana. All right? He had a political quarrel with the king Drupada and who was defeated by Arjuna. Of course, this is a story from Mahabharata. So, Drupada, after being defeated, did a yagya and we got Draupadi and Drishtadyumna to kill Drona. Imparted military secret to the son of Drupada. Even though, see, he had a political quarrel with King Drupada. There's a king called King Drupada. All right? And King Drupada was defeated by Arjuna before. Okay. Drupada being defeated. After he was defeated, he did a big fire sacrifice yagya to have a child called Draupadi and Drishtadyumna. All right? And Drishtadyumna to kill Dronacharya. He wants to kill the Drona, the king, the Rishi, what they call? The liberal Brahmana. But even though he imparted military secret to the sons of Drupada, that means, in other words, even though that Drupada created a child to kill him, all right? But when the boy came to him to learn, he taught him everything. So he imparted military secret to the son of Drupada, who is called Drishtadyumna. Can you imagine? If you know someone is being poisoned from young to kill you, and he comes to you to learn, will you teach? Right? But he's such a liberal Brahmana. Because he just uphold his duty of a Brahmana. That means he says a teacher without fear and favor. Whoever comes to learn from him, his duty is to teach. And he did his job very nicely. Right? So he taught him everything, even though he's the son of an enemy. Right? And he was very affectionate to his favorite disciple, Arjuna. He was very affectionate to his favorite disciple, Arjuna. Okay? Now, when you look at this, signs of victory. What are the signs of victory on this Pandava? Okay, number one, there's a Krishna presence with Arjuna. All right. This story happened when Krishna became a non-alliance because both sides are cousins. He doesn't want to join Duryodhana. He doesn't want to join Arjuna. I mean, he said he will never fight. Okay. So, but he says he is willing to join either party as an advisor or whatever. Right. So, one day Krishna was sleeping and Duryodhana went there to meet Krishna. At the same time, Arjuna also went there to meet him. So, Duryodhana was standing on the head side of Krishna and Arjuna was at the foot and he was massaging Krishna's leg. And Krishna just slept and he just got up. He saw, hey Arjuna, you are here. But immediately Duryodhana said, no, I am here first. Then he just turned back. Oh, you are here. Yes, what do you want? Right. I came here to ask a favor. So you're going to be on which side? And Krishna said, okay, I tell you what. You can either take me, I will join either one of you. You want me or you want my soldiers? Right? So what do you think? Do you want me or do you want my soldiers? And he asked to Arjuna. He said, first I got up, I saw Arjuna first. Therefore, I must ask Arjuna this. Do you want me or do you want my soldiers? And Arjuna says, I want you, Krishna. And Duryodhana was so excited. What a fool Arjuna is. You know, you should have asked for the soldiers. He went and asked for these people who can't even, it's not even fight. He taken a vow not to fight. Krishna took a vow not to fight in the battlefield. And these people asked for Krishna. Very good, very good. Yes. And you, definitely I want your soldiers. Okay, you take my soldiers. Right? And then Krishna says, okay, I'll follow you. Okay. Now, what is the signs of victory? So with Krishna's presence, number one, whenever there's Krishna, there's Lakshmi. Okay. Whenever there's Krishna, there's Lakshmi. Lakshmi is goddess of fortune. She exists there. And on that chariot, there's a flag on top. Okay. There was a Hanuman on the flag. Whenever there's Hanuman, there'll be always victorious. There's a conch shell symbol of Vishnu. And the best place is the place they fight, Kurukshetra. The place they decide to fight, Kurukshetra. What is the advantage? It is advantage. It says any soldiers who die in warfare in Kurukshetra will go to heaven. So the way they decide the place is like this. They fight, they win the war, they get the kingdom. If they lose the war, they go to heaven. Win-win situation. Yes. Right? So it's a win-win situation. They fight to the end. They all decide not to leave. They fight. They win, they get the kingdom. They lose, they go to heaven. Fantastic deal. Right? So that's why they choose the place Kurukshetra. And Kurukshetra basically favors to the pious people like Arjuna. And because Krishna is there, it even increases what they call the piety. Transfer Konshal, Bhishma Konshal to pacify the okay, Agni Deva chariot. The chariot was given by Agni. And of course, when they blow, the shattering of the heart. So all these verses you can see, you can read one by one. It will explain to you what are the victories of Krishna, Arjuna. Okay, now we are jumping to 21 and 22. Just now setting the scene. Now the real story is coming in. Okay. Now it's already 8:30. Do you want to take a short break? Few minutes or 2 minutes break? You want to get up, stretch yourself?
Yes, can, sir.
Okay. So all of you take a break and we see again 2 minutes time. Are we back? Okay.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Okay. Now just now we saw a scenario setting the scene. Then who's Dronacharya? Who is what they call why Krishna has joined his Pandava army, and Duryodhana was making fun. I mean, just indirectly was telling Dronacharya, look at your disciples, the way they create, just to tell him that I hope you don't compromise when it comes to war, right? Because Arjuna was Dronacharya's favorite student. So don't have that kind of thought. They all are ready to fight. Look at the way they set up the scene. Fantastic. They're going to fight. They're really going to fight. Make sure you also do the same. All right. So all the thing done. So now let's see what happened. Now Krishna is start to give instruction. And here Krishna became a charioteer for Arjuna. Okay. Arjuna was at the back and Krishna was a charioteer. And now Arjuna is saying, Arjuna uvacha senayor. Okay, see the O? You can pull the raga naturally. Senayor ubayor madhye ratang stapaye me chuta yavat eta niriksheham yoddu kaman avastitan permaya sahayoddhavyam asmin rana samudyame. Okay, now what happened? Arjuna said, "Oh, infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in the great trial of arms." So those days, a general fight with another general. Okay, horse infantry will fight with another horse infantry. They don't mix. And they don't stab people at the back. They fight face to face. So Arjuna is telling Krishna, please bring my chariot in the middle. So I want to see who is here to fight with me. I want to see who are the people who are gathered here to fight with me. All right. And with whom I should fight. I want to see. All right. So Krishna says to what they call Krishna. And you know what Krishna did? He straight away took the chariot. He came and parked right in front of right in front of Bhishma Deva and Dronacharya. Bhishma Deva is actually Arjuna's grandfather. when he lost his father at a very young age, right? Bhishma is the one who took care of these 5 boys. All right? Thagappan illaatha pilla. That means the child, the fatherless child. Right? His mother was young widow. And he protected these 5 boys, brought them up. Such a favorite grandfather, a father figure. Right? And Dronacharya, Arjuna's favorite teacher. He loves him so much. So now, suddenly when they bring the chariot, when Arjuna bring the chariot, Krishna bring the chariot right in front of this great personality like Dronacharya and Bhishma Deva, the reality struck him. He got a shock to see that his most worshipable and most lovable grandfather and teacher right in front of him to kill, to fight. When he saw that, his heart broken to pieces. Why did they join Duryodhana? Bhishma Dev and also this Bhishma and also this Drona knows very well that this Duryodhana, the son of Dhartara, the blind king, he's at fault. He knows that he's such a demoniac natured person. But why they join his party? There are so many people are right there, all in front of them. All the soldiers are all his cousins, uncles, like the Kamboja, the King Kamboja. King Kamboja is Arjuna's favorite uncle, Mama. Right? When he started to see all his brothers, like Ashwatthama, best friends, like grandfather, like Kripa, all of them are standing there. But why they join this Duryodhana side? Because those days when they come and see, in a friendly talk, they say, hey, Arjuna, Duryodhana, if at all, if you go into war, don't forget to call me. I'll be joining your side. Just a friendly talk. Now, all right? Oh, you do this? Okay, I'll join you. When you go if there's any war happen, if you need any support, you call me. I'll be on your side. So these kind of words was used by Duryodhana. Duryodhana is a very clever politician. He went and called up all these people, and even they also so disheartened to see that their favorite nephew, the Pandavas, are standing right in front. They at least expected this thing to happen. But because they have given a word long ago, they have to keep the word. They have to stand on Kaurava side. Right? When Arjuna saw all these things, all his favorite uncles, and all these people, all his kinsmen, all his relatives are standing right in front of me, he was so despondent. He was so disheartened. Arjuna became overwhelmed. Right? Why Arjuna became overwhelmed? When he started to see the grandfathers like Bhishma and Somadatta standing right in front, the father figure like Bhurishrava, teachers like Dronacharya and Kripacharya, the brothers like Duryodhana, the sons, that means his nephews, the sons like Lakshmana, the one who took care of him, the friends like Ashwatthama, the well-wisher like Kritavarma. When he started to see all these great persons, all is so dear to his heart, standing right in front of him, he was overwhelmed. He started to shake. And what was the Arjuna symptom? When he started to see all these things happen, what was his symptom? What did he do? First, the limbs of my body is quivering. In that verse, Arjuna is telling Krishna, the limbs of my body is quivering. My mouth is drying up. Have you experienced that? Suddenly when you hear some bad news, something very shocking, your what they call? Your mouth will get dry up. Quivering means tudikkirathu. Like your eyes quivering. That's kind of a bad omen. Then Krishna says, my whole body is trembling. And my hair standing on the end. Standing on the end. My Gandiva bow is slipping from my hand. The bow Gandiva that you're keeping, it is something that is so powerful that he doesn't even drop it. It's slipping from his hand. And he says, my skin is burning. Have you all experienced that before? When I heard some bad news? I have experienced that. I was in Johor, in UTM, and I was lecturing. Suddenly I heard my sister call me up and says, you better come back quickly because looks like father going to leave. Suddenly all shaking, my body trembling, my mouth dry up. I couldn't see, and I feel my skin is burning. And the pen that I was serving, pop, it fell down. All these things, right? So example like this. So he says, my skin is burning. And after this, I'm unable to stand here any longer. I cannot stand. I feel like all drowsy already. I'm forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. Reeling. Right? I only see causes of misfortune. And Arjuna became so disheartened. So, what was Arjuna's reason for not fighting? It's mentioned in text 28 to 30. Because compassion for friends and relatives. Why friends and relatives? Because this is not Arjuna's first war. Arjuna is a veteran soldier. He got another name called Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya means the one who go and conquers other land and take their wealth. The one winner of the wealth. It's always normal, right? That's why you see whenever this country go into war, the loser or the winner company, like when Britain came to Malaysia and go to India, they took away all their riches. That's what happened. So he used to do that. He's the winner of wealth. All right. So it's not the first time he's fighting. But he's got compassion for friends and relatives because when they are fighting, they want to prove their heroism. And secondly, as I say just now, to die in Kurukshetra, you go to heaven. There's no process. You do not sit and meditate. You do not need a lot of pious work, a lot of things. Because to go to heaven, you need to do a lot of sacrifice. Here, sacrifice your life. You die here as a hero, you go to heaven. So he knows very well all these people are ready to play their life. They are not going to pull back. There's no such thing showing white flag of truce. Huh? Show the white flag, surrender, please. For no such thing. They go, they come back as victory, or they die in the battlefield. All right. Then after that, he says 31 to 35. No enjoyment even if victorious. Why? Why no enjoyment? Because if you want to celebrate, you need to have your family members, your friends with you. Example, I want to celebrate my birthday. I cannot say, happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. I cut my cake and I just eat my cake. No such thing. I need to have at least 4 or 5 people together, sing along with me. Even any celebration, all right, any victory celebration, whatever it is, I need to have people with me. So what is the point if all my kinsmen right in front of the date? And with whom I should enjoy this kingdom? No enjoyment. Then 36, 38, Arjuna is giving another excuses. He says, fear of sinful reaction. Because the one that I'm killing is my elders, my grandfather, my teachers, my uncles, right? And not only that, I'm afraid of being cursed because they are their friends and all this, their wives are very close to Arjuna. You know, so Arjuna, you know, they say like, you know, Ashwatthama says Ashwatthama's wife knows that Arjuna and Ashwatthama is good friends. And imagine if Ashwatthama is dead, what will happen to the wife? What happened? The wife of all the soldiers will come to Arjuna and start to cry. He is such is such a good friend to you. He's your favorite friend. He's your favorite uncle. He's your favorite cousin. How dare you to kill them? Where you got the heart to kill them? Because of you today, see, I'm a widow. Therefore, I curse you. So he was worried about all these things. But killing them is killing the entire family. The wives will come and ask me question, what can I answer them? All right. Then after that, 39:43, he's saying, destruction in family tradition. He said, if all these men dies, what happened to the wife? What happened to the children? Right? Who's going to teach them culture? Where are they going to learn? Of course, that's not true because there's always elders there, the Brahmanas there, everything to teach them. But Krishna is start to give excuses. You know, Arjuna is start to give excuses. It's a destruction of family tradition. And of course, the last is he couldn't make a decision. So, compassion. Okay, Arjuna being soft-hearted devotee becomes overwhelmed with compassion and forget himself when he sees relatives before him. It's one of the biggest civil war in the history of mankind, where everyone died in them. Everyone got killed in them. All right? He has become fearful due to material conception of life. All right? So number 2 is talking about lack of enjoyment. Arjuna argues that he will not be able to enjoy his kingdom if it's won at the cost of the lives of the family members. Right? Winning a war with the cost of life of family members, what is that? Or in Tamil, we call Rattakarai. Rattakarayana Rajyam. That means the kingdom tainted with blood. When I'm sitting on the throne, I am sitting on the throne, the blood of my own relatives. What is the point? Fear of sinful reaction. He fears sinful killing his kinsman. Arjuna argues that killing one's family is sinful, will lead to hell. And destruction of family, this thing. All right. He says that destruction of dynasty will lead to unchaste women. The women will be polluted. All right. The women can go misdirected. And through that, unwanted children can create. And that's the end of the spiritual culture. All right. So that was all his reason. Now, after that, now Arjuna is so depressed. He was so heartbroken. And Arjuna says in 45, Yadi mam apratikaram ashastram shastra panaye dhartarastra rane hanyus tanme shema tarang bhavet. He's saying, better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. Let them kill me. Krishna, it's okay. Right? It's better. Let them come and kill me. I will never keep my weapon on. They just want to kill me to enjoy the kingdom. Let them have it. Okay. Then 46. Then after all these things, then Sanjaya. Now Sanjaya is telling, informing Dhritarashtra. What he says? Sanjaya vacha evam upvarjuna sanke ratopasta upavishad visirjasa sharang chapang shoka samvigna manasaha. Shoka means, in Tamil also we call sogam. So Sanjaya said, Arjuna, having thus spoken on the battlefield, cast aside his bow, his Gandiva bow and arrow, he put it aside, sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief. He is in anxiety. He's crying. Right? He just don't know what to do. He's overwhelmed with grief. Grief means it's like lamenting. Opari, cry, grieving. Right? So, in that particular, and then he was so heartbroken. He was grieving. He don't know what to do. Okay? And he just simply sat down, lamenting. All right? So now let's recap chapter 1. So first we understand the blind Dhritarashtra, the significance of Kurukshetra. Okay, why we talk about, first blind Dhritarashtra, a very cunning king who usurped the kingdom. Second is significance of Kurukshetra. Why fighting in Kurukshetra is benefit? You win, you get the kingdom. You lose, you go to heaven. Signs of victory of Pandavas. Okay. Arjuna symptoms. Arjuna reason to not to fight. All these things we have studied in chapter 1. So tomorrow we're going to talk on chapter 2, which is Arjuna surrenders to Lord Krishna as his disciple. Lord Krishna summarized Bhagavad Gita. And he's going to speak on Sankhya Yoga and Buddhi Yoga. Okay. So that's the thing for today, chapter 1. Those who don't have a Bhagavad Gita, you can place order. So I have only few more sets of this Japa Mala and set. So you get one Bhagavad Gita as it is in English, one Japa Mala set worth 20 ringgit, and one small Damodara cut. So you can keep it as altar to concentrate when you chant and all this. It's like a small altar. All these for 50 ringgit. Because the selling price of Bhagavad Gita, I think it's around 40 ringgit. And this Japa Mala set is around 20 ringgit, 60. Show postage 10. So all come up to 70 ringgit. All right. But today I've got some donors, sponsors. Therefore, I can manage to reduce the price. Inclusive of postage, it's only at 50 ringgit. If you're interested, you can send me a personal message, your name, your what they call your address and your phone number. I will send it by tomorrow. By next day, you will get it. All right. It's worth 70 ringgit, but I managed to subsidize the thing. Okay. So with that, let's start the question and answer. We see someone raised the hand.
Yeah, it was me. I have a question. I already have the Bhagavad Gita as it is, given by my family members to me, was passed down. Is it possible if I could get the prayer beads and the picture of Lord Krishna? Or
You
does
want
it come out?
You want the beads
Yes, that's the only thing I don't have at the moment.
Oh, really? Huh?
Because I already have the Gita, so.
Yeah, I understand. If you need that boots, because I already packed up everything.
Oh,
So,
it's fine.
where do you stay? You're staying Krishika? You are in?
I live in Nilai, but I do visit the Krishna temple at KL, the one near KL Central, quite often.
Oh, you go there very often?
Yeah, I go there very often with my family members.
You
Yeah.
can go there, you can get there. It's advice for
Oh,
you to
sure,
get.
sure. Sure thing. Thank you.
Nilai means, I think, in Seremban too. There's a new township. What is that?
Sindayan, is it?
There's a new township in Seremban. There's a, I don't know, they got a center there, a big center.
Oh, okay,
What is
sure.
It's a,
Sindayan, is it? That's the newest township that I know of.
no. Nilai is in Seremban, right? In Negeri Sembilan, right?
Yes, it is in the Sembilan.
Seremban is near. Oh, Nilai, that means you are somewhere near the airport.
Yes, it's very close to Sepang, actually.
Sepang Airport. I see. Okay. All right. If at all you go to SGM KL, you try to get there. If not, you tell me. I try to send you from here.
All right, sure, no problem. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, is there any questions, any comment you like to ask? So, basically, in this chapter 1, what we have studied is setting the scene. All right, setting up the scene. So, in that setting the scene is, we understand that both sides, it's not 11 Akshoni and 7 Akshoni. We understood the amount of soldiers that gathered there. Then after that, when Duryodhana will go and address Dronacharya, tell that, look at this, the way they have set up the kings. So make sure you don't have any soft spot. Make sure you fight, Then after that, he'll tell Krishna, bring the chariot right in the middle and see what's happening. And when he start to see the reality hit him, when he start to see that all his relatives and family members all gathered there to fight, he was heartbroken. Right? So that's a scene setup. So tomorrow we're going to speak on the contents of Gita summarized. Okay, contents of Gita summarized. Chapter 2 is one of the biggest chapter. Okay, they have something some 70 over verses. Chapter 2 and chapter 18 is the biggest what they call chapter. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to study about the contents of Gita summarized. Okay, and it's going to get more and more interesting. And so please don't miss tomorrow's session. Today is just an introduction. It's the introduction is basically from Mahabharata. Okay. So if you have any questions or you can ask in the group. You can ask me personally, or you can even before. Usually, what we do before we start the class, we will ask for reflection. Any reflection that you got, anything, any ideas that you have learned or something like that. You can also express your questions or your realization before we start our class. Yes, Prahlad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. This was a very eloquent presentation.
Thank you.
Having condensed not just the introduction of Srila Prabhupada or the Guru Parampara of Haragya, but also how you took your time to give the opportunity in Sanskrit pronunciation for our benefit, for everyone's benefit here, particularly because Srila Prabhupada wanted this. He placed this at the end of his Bhagavad Gita books, everything therein. And especially how you your time systematically to describe Dharma Setri, Kuru Setri, and you went through not just describing Dronacharya's position, the teacher, but you also went through the entire Bhagavad Gita chapter 1, describing the signs of victory, listing them. Very, very nice, very sweet. Good for memorization to have there. And you even gave the signs, Arjuna's compassion, all the reasons therein. Wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, you know what happened? Today, I went and rearranged the slide. That's why today I stuck actually. I was thinking, oh my God, I got my old slide and I tried to rearrange it. It went haywire and I was worried. Anyway, thank you so much, Prabhu. You inspired me. That means I know that I didn't do any mistake here and there because I was worried. Hey, how come the slide somewhere there, all got mixed up? Thank you so
No, it
much.
flowed very well. It was so sweet. I could see because when I do study Bhagavad Gita and I go through like a fine comb, what you gave there was like the skeletal structure, and you could see everything in place therein. So thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. My pleasure. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any other comments? Okay. So if there's no further comments, we meet again tomorrow. I think we're going to take the solid 2 hours because it's going to be a very long chapter. And of course, in between, I'll give a break for you to stretch yourself, relax. Okay. And so we meet again tomorrow. Please be on time. So if we can start on time, we can finish on time. And tomorrow, the topic is going to be very, very inspiring, very exciting. All right. So don't miss tomorrow's topic. So till then, see you again tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhescha kripa sindhu bevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavyo namaram. Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful day. Hare Bol.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.